Hi, I'm Rob Grimm, and welcome to our food tutorial. This is going to be an editorial-based look at food photography, and it's going to be either for the beginning photographer or the intermediate photographer. This is not going to be a big production where we're looking at how to use food stylists and teams of people. This is really going to be about you working with your food styling skills, your photography skills with both tools and lighting in order to build the best portfolio and go after the best editorial clients. We're going to start this off by taking a look at equipment. All the tools that you're going to need, from camera bodies and lenses to lighting. I'm going to touch just a little bit on medium format, but most of the time I'm going to spend on Canon. We're going to show you exactly what a full frame, a 1.3 and a 1.6 sensor do for you. Composition is a big thing and certainly cannot be overlooked. So I'm going to give you a lot of insights onto what makes a really strong food photograph. We're going to give you the foundations to look at food, really analyze it, look at its sculpture, look at its form, look at its color in order to bring out the best of it. Harnessing the power of natural light looks fantastic when you're talking about food photography. But natural light isn't always possible. So what are you going to do in order to recreate that? We're going to look at quite a few modifiers and attach them to several different strobe systems in order to recreate natural light to give food that really kind of warm and environmental feel. I also want to talk with you about creating different times of day, whether you want kind of more of that morning light breaking through or more of that midday haze. We're going to look at how to recreate natural light with strobes. That combined with your knowledge of equipment, we're then going to get you ready to go out on location. We're going to spend a few days in some of the best restaurants here in town. Before we do that, we're going to get you completely prepared. We're going to set up a location kit where you're going to have all the tools that you need to walk into a restaurant, sit down with the chef, take a look at the space, take a look at the food, and really analyze what you need to do in order to convey the message of that restaurateur. There are three basic themes that are going to run throughout this entire tutorial. The first is going to be simplistic food styling. This is kind of about boiling it down to look at food for its basic elements, its sculpture, its color, and its form in order to really bring out the highlights and features in the food. This is about you doing the food styling and not relying on a team or a set of food stylists to help you out. The second theme, which is also extremely important, is making food heroic. This is a very different approach than if you're a diner looking down at a plate in a restaurant. This is really about kind of looking at it from another angle. How to really make food feel sensational. And then the last thing that we're going to do is talk about emotion. Emotion is a really simple thing to do in photography if you've got a great face. You've got this wrinkled face and all this character, or somebody smiling or somebody laughing. It's difficult to do that with food or with product, and we're going to talk a lot about how to evoke emotion. Because you want to create a setting that draws people in. They're like, I have to have that piece of food. I've got to eat that right now. So it's all about looking at how to create emotion in order to draw the viewer in. The other thing we're going to do is show you things that do not work in food photography. You're going to see what works for me and what doesn't, and I'm going to kind of talk my way through it so you have an understanding of why certain things just fail and how I can make adjustments in order to really get that good image. One thing that may surprise you about this food tutorial is that it's going to be remarkably light on post-production. We're going to do everything we can in order to really nail it in camera. I've always been a big believer, and maybe it goes back to my film days, that you need to do as much in camera as possible. So when we get to post-production, it might be something as simple as adding a curve here or there, or maybe adding a couple different focus stack layers. But again, we're going to concentrate on getting the perfect image in camera. In addition to the hours of video that we're going to provide you, you're also going to get an audio podcast. This is going to be a time where I sit down and I talk to you about my business practices, how I've gone out and won clients over the years, how I approach them, how I continue to build my portfolio in order to grow my business over a series of decades. I think it's pretty invaluable information that you're really going to enjoy. And finally, we're going to give you an interactive iBook. This is kind of a summary that goes over the entire tutorial, but it allows you to go back. You can highlight certain things that you thought were important and apply them to your photography. And please join us on our private Facebook page. This is really a good place for you to ask questions, which I'll be answering on a regular basis, as well as post images that you shoot. I really want to see what you guys are doing after this tutorial, so please take the time to put your images up, ask us for feedback, because we're more than happy to share our thoughts on what you're doing. I really hope you enjoy this food tutorial.